It's a day Megan Imirowicz was confident she would one day see, the day she knew she would have freedom.
I know my truth and I know what happened, and so does my dad, and that's what matters.
Megan was released from the Oakland County Jail this week after spending 17 months behind bars for an act that ultimately led to the death of her father, Conrad Imirowicz.
The prosecutor alleges that you threw a lie on your dad, and you say you did not.
They just want somebody to blame, and nobody wanted to ever believe that my dad could hurt himself or that anybody else could hurt him.
The front door was always unlocked.
Yeah.
So anyone could have walked in at any point in time.
Something was thrown on your dad, or you did toss something over, but it wasn't live.
Yes.
What
I tossed some bread at him to get his attention.
Megan would eventually leave the house that day on October 1st, 2021, but not before ending her conversation with her father.
But we talked it out.
But later that day, Megan's father was found in his home burning from lye and was rushed to a hospital by a neighbor. Hours later, police confronted Megan with questions after speaking with her father at the hospital.
I was trying to tell him the only thing I threw was bread.
Initially, Megan was facing a charge of assault with intent to do great bodily harm and misdemeanor domestic violence. But several months later, Megan's father passed away from his injuries.
6 months later, it turned into first-degree murder, and they kept lowering it because I feel somehow they knew that they can't charge me with something I didn't do.
But as Megan worked to prove her innocence, she had to prove it from behind bars.
They took me in and they had to put me on suicide watch.
As Megan spent her days behind bars, she found support from a mom who was in jail, the mom of the Oxford High School shooter. Her name is Jennifer Crumbley, mother of Ethan Crumbley, who fatally shot 4 people and injured 6 at his high school. His parents are accused of buying Ethan the gun used in the school shooting.
She was my best friend in there, and we became so close, and I had moved in with her. She was just everything that I could have wanted in there.
It was the support she needed to stay alive and see the day when she would be released from jail. That day came this week.
Relieved and good.
Megan could have faced life in prison, but instead, during her sentencing hearing, she received a year in prison with credit for time served and 5 years of probation. Although she's relieved, she admits she is still suicidal.
I still think about it a lot. But I know that now I have to live for my dad.
Fox 2 contacted the Oakland County Prosecutor's Office, and the following statement was released. This was not the sentence we advocated for. However, the judge ultimately decides what sentence will be imposed.
I'm gonna make a life for myself.
In Oakland County, Ingrid Kelly, Fox 2 News.